Hey guys, so I've had a few students that have been needing help on this, been confused about this assignment, and someone asked me if I could make a video, so I'm going to go ahead and make a video to hopefully help you all understand better what to do on this assignment. So I give you 6 problems total. So if you see boxes like this that are beside something empty, don't worry about it. I covered over different problems because I didn't want to make you all do all of them. So just ignore those boxes right there. Only worry about the ones that are besides, ones that actually have a problem, a word problem or whatever. So I'm going to do one of each section because there's one section on this page and then 2 sections on the other. So I'm going to do one problem each section, and that's going to be half of your problems I'll do for you. And then you should hopefully be able to do the other 3 problems. So I'm going to do this problem with you all. So this says a number that is at least negative 12. So when it says a number, it's just talking about any number. Any number that is at least negative 12. So since we don't know what number, we're going to use x to represent that. And if it's a number that is at least negative 12, so let's look at our at least, okay? At least. At the least, it could be negative 12. Okay, so it can't be negative 12, but it can't be any less than negative 12. That's the least it could be. So it could be negative 12 or more. So that or more part tells us it's going to be greater than, but since it can also be negative 12, it's also or equal to. Now, I had to do the line underlined beside my inequality because I don't think there's an option to underline things on here. If there is, I just don't know. So that's why I'm just going to put the underline beside it. You can also put it in parentheses if you want to. Either one is fine, just as long as it's beside it, so I know that we're also doing or equal to. And then after that, our number that it's talking about is negative 12, so then we're just going to type negative 12. All right, so that's the one I'm going to do. You all should be able to do this one on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next page. All right, so this one we're gonna use our pen tool, and I'm gonna change the thickness to thin. You can do thin or medium, but don't do thick. Just do one of these 2. You can do whatever color you want. I'm just gonna keep it at blue because that's the one it gave me. All right, so this one we gotta graph them. So just like what we were doing with my assignment on Monday, and then my students that I had on Tuesday, when we went over Monday's assignment, we were doing some slides that had us graphing. We just didn't use a pen tool. We were just dragging things. But it's going to be the same concept. So looking here, I got x is greater than 4. So to know if I'm using an open or closed circle, it depends on my inequality sign. Open circle is when we don't have the line underneath. Okay, see how down here there's a line? This one, there's no line. So an open circle, there's no line. It doesn't mean we have what we're equal to. If it does have a line underneath, then that means it's going to be a closed circle, a shaded in circle, all right, that we're equal to. So in this case, this doesn't have a line, so I'm using an open circle. And to know what number it's going to go on, it's just whatever number's in your inequality. So 4 is our number. So I'm going to go over here and draw, well, that looked more like a square. That looked more like a square, sorry. But yes, so you're just going to draw your circle, and it has to be open. You can't shade it in, so I need to see like the white on the inside like that. And it's not going to be shaded in all the way. To know if my arrow is going to go to the left or to the right, again, looking at what this is, my inequality sign is greater than. So if x is greater than 4, then my arrow needs to go to the right, because all these numbers to the right of 4 are all greater than 4. So that's what that graph would look like. All right, so you should be able to do this next one on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and go down here, and I'm going to go back to my text because now I got to do typing again. All right, so I'm gonna do this first one. So this time we're back to like typing out our inequality just like we did on the first page, but instead we have a graph to work with instead of a word problem. So looking at my graph, I already know I'm gonna use X. Now to know what my inequality sign is gonna be, I'm gonna look at my circle. So see how this is a closed circle, it's all shaded in. So that tells me that my inequality sign is going to have a line underneath, or in this situation, a line beside it, since we can't actually put the line underneath our inequality sign. So we know it's going to involve a line with our inequality sign. Now to know which way, if my inequality sign is the less than or greater than or equal to, depends on my arrow. So looking at my arrow, it's going to the left. All these numbers to the left are less than 2. So like it's telling me it can be 2 or less than. So we're doing less than or equal to. And then the number that my circle is on 2. So X is less than or equal to 2. Since I have that shaded circle, so that means I'll have my line, and that's less than because my arrow's got to the left. And then 2 because it's on the 2. And X because that X represents all numbers less than 2, or it can represent 2 also. It can be 2 or less. Alright, so you should be able to do this next one on your own, but that is how you do this assignment. And if you still need help, I'm available till 3 o'clock. You can set up a Google Meet with me. I've already done a couple of Google Meets today, so I don't care to do any more if you need help. Alright, but hopefully this video helps your all's confusion. And I will see some of y'all, half of y'all, tomorrow. Bye, guys.